Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this. And we are back. It is your boy, Main Magic Mike, on Twitter. We've got Tony underscore foosball over there.
Underschool your ass.
On Twitter over there. And joining us from the enemy territory is at Brian Barnaby on Twitter.
What's going on, world?
Is that really his ad? Just Brian Barnaby? Nothing else?
I think it is, right, Brian?
Yes, yep. At Brian Barnaby here in Baltimore. Gonna go on the plant tour soon. Great time at the game last night. Nothing like having a suite. Views of the game were awesome. If anybody didn't see, it's up on my Instagram story.
Who are you rooting for?
Yeah, who are you rooting for there?
So it was funny. We were talking about this because there's a bunch of Yankee fans at the game, and everyone's saying it doesn't matter that Baltimore is going to be in playoff contention. You never root for the Red Sox. Number one rule.
Yeah,
it's kind of stupid if you ask me.
Well, I don't.
You guys
think
would like the ballpark though.
I've driven by it back in the day when AJ Tanucci and I wanted to start a clothing company. We took a trip to the dirty Baltimore.
Wow, AJ Tanucci, huh?
Dude, it was hilarious.
What's he doing nowadays?
Yeah. Not watching us.
Yeah, probably not, dude. What a loser.
He's a jerk.
He's a loser.
He's such a jerk with the stuff.
Honestly, he's going nowhere.
And I was telling you guys, the Amtrak train was the best.
Yeah. Oh, was it? How was it, dude? I haven't
comfortable
been on Amtrak in a while.
So much better than a flight, honestly.
Yo, you know what? I'm with you on that for traveling in the country.
Right.
Train it or drive.
I will say I've taken an Amtrak from like Boston back down here, and it goes through like the whole coast of Connecticut.
The Golden Coast.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. But dude, you get a lot of leg room. I was playing my Switch, looking out the window.
Felt like Harry Potter.
Dude, yeah, literally. It was like Hogwarts.
No, I mean, I want to say you have twice or three times the amount of leg room than a plane.
Wow.
I would say twice, yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's actually funny. Manny was talking about planes the other day.
Trains, planes, and
You
automobiles.
can imagine Manny on a plane.
And I know, Tony, you would get robbed for this. Like, we didn't do it, but some of the people we were with, they were just bringing on like handles and high noons and stuff. Like, they just don't care, I guess.
That's beautiful.
Are you serious? Just like they don't enforce anything with that?
There's no.
Nope. They were doing mixies the whole trip.
Oh wow! How many did you have, dude?
I only had
he had a light one.
Dude, can you let him talk, please, Michael?
I know what he's gonna say.
Honestly,
I know him.
I want to hear from the horse's mouth. Unlike you,
I know Brian.
No, but I'm not kidding. I think what we need to do, and honestly, it could be any opponent, doesn't matter. For like the vlog series, the train to Baltimore, we can sit so close for like $30.
I love that.
How long's the train?
The train was 4 hours.
That's so much fun.
How are you during the 4 hours of the train?
Him, yeah, I know, right?
Great. No, and you know what is nice too, because you just bring your laptop. Like today, I'll be able to watch the tail end of the Yankee game when we're heading back. So
right.
So yeah, it's just nice, free Wi-Fi. Just real comfortable. I could do a couple quotes too. Like it's just so accessible.
Wow. Yeah, dude. Nice. That's awesome.
Wow. I mean, sponsor the guy.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we start with such good vibes, then we have to talk about something.
Well,
so negative right now.
Let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. Before we were gonna go to the world of Major League Baseball, just got an idea. Podcast on Amtrak trains.
Love it.
Let's go, dude.
Let's do
100%.
Right?
We're gonna do that for
like,
sure.
Why not?
No, and it was ridiculous too. They have like the bar cart where there's food and drink, and it's like an IPA is $5.
Wow, dude. That
Like,
means like
you would think they would like gouge the pricing, you know?
yeah, that's sick, dude. Honestly, we should contact Amtrak. They're a Connecticut company, right? Nah,
I'm not sure, but also too,
You're
it'd be,
American company.
it would be awesome to go to a Ravens game too. It's right across the street
That
from.
sounds
Oh,
more.
yeah, I'm down with that,
But
dude.
you know what? That stadium,
Odell.
I do love seeing that stadium driving in with the vines.
the Camden Yards. You're saying
Camden
The
Yards.
baseball. Yeah. No, it is a really nice stadium. And like I said, the fact too that you could sit right down by the plate for $50-$60 is like insane.
So ridiculous.
it.
We should just move to Baltimore.
That's one thing I don't think we want to do.
No, definitely not.
All right, Brian, let's get down to business here. Nitty gritty. I know we don't have a lot of time with you here, so let's go. Yankees fall to the Twins, second day in a row here. It's 6-2 now. Nestor served first loss of the season, actually.
Tony said it. He manifested it.
Well, because I was watching highlights on John Ryan, the pitcher for the Twins.
Joe Ryan.
Joe, John, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Basically same name. I think like his fourth season in the league. He's like 25, 26 years old.
10 strikeouts last time against the Yankees.
Yeah.
Before the start.
Yeah, I think he pitched like 7 innings to that start. And he's the first starting pitcher now with 5 wins so far this season. So what do you think about this game here?
Well, it got off to a promising start. DJ LeMahieu singling in Aaron Judge. So
Michael loves DJ.
I love DJ.
DJ's the best at those situations as well. Small ball, Chokery says it religiously. That's what it's all about. And so, that was a good start. Nestor seemed like he was doing pretty well. Ran into some trouble, though, in the third. Solano, the former Yankee, had a double to score Michael Taylor. He hit 2 home runs at Yankee Stadium when they played them there. And then Jorge Polanco recently, activated off the injured list, doubles as well to score, Solano. So that made it 2-1. Yankees did answer back in the 5th. Judge on a fielder's choice was able to bring home Aaron Hicks on a throwing error, but Volpe gunned down at second. And like we've seen in these games recently, that was it for the Yankee offense. So you got a tie game at 2. You're optimistic, but Nestor, gets in trouble and gives us a home run to Byron Buxton. You can't make a mistake to Buxton. He's so strong, 367 feet to left. Made it 4-2, and that was really it. I mean, the way this Yankee offense has been going, Marinaccio gave up 2 runs in the 6th, after Nestor, got taken out, and that made it 6-2. That was the final score. I guess if you want to take positive from a very negative, Anthony Volpe at the top of the lineup had 2 hits. So that's what you want him, setting the tone. But unfortunately, you look at this lineup and basically everybody past the 4 spot is almost an automatic out the way they've been hitting recently. Mm-hmm. Calhoun, Peraza, Cordero, Trevino, Hicks, and specifically Calhoun, Cordero, and Hicks. I mean, it's just they don't belong in the major league lineup. So you really can't expect anything out of them. They're garbage. And then puts more pressure on the guys in the top of the lineup. They don't have strong games. And that's how you end up with another loss here. The Yankees' first series loss, by losing these first 2 games since 2001. So you think about how long that goes back. And, just a really negative feel right now. Rodon, they were thinking originally the end of April, then mid-May. Now we're into June with the back injury, forearm's fine. So you're waiting on him. Harrison Bader, though, will be back the first week of May. So I know that's Michael's guy, right? No?
Yes.
So I think, that'll be a welcomed addition. So I just think it's just, with the guys like Calhoun and Cordero, I mean, why are we wasting our time? I mean, look at the averages. 192, 160. Hicks is hitting 129. I mean, the release has to be imminent. I mean, don't you agree, Tony? I mean, it's got to be before the end of the month that they're going to cut bait with him.
It should be really before the end of today.
Right.
But I know it's pretty crazy. I think the Cordero experiment,
done.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of tough. And even, looking at some of his, I think it was 2 games ago where he just like totally misplayed a ball in right field. It seems like he's kind of struggling on defense. There's just no confidence. You got to get him out of there too. I mean, for the sake of himself. 0 for 4 last night. I think he struck out twice. And Michael, I think you're gonna like this one. Anthony Rizzo last night. Michael, 0 for 4, struck out 3 times.
Get him out of here.
kind of
He has the highest
wanted him
OPS on the
out
team.
of town.
No, yeah, I know. Well, he really is a good player. He had a tough night, but I mean, like Brian is saying, you have these guys at the bottom of your lineup who are just, like he said, automatic strikeouts or outs, whatever you want to say. It does put a lot more pressure on the upper part of your lineup. And I mean, you don't want that. You don't want them to feel like they have to get a hit because it just may not bode out well. And now you have some guys like Rizzo who normally, would produce some good offense. Looking a little silly here at the plate. You do appreciate the 2 for 4 from Volpe though, but I don't know, dude. I just think it was kind of a tough night for them. Team struck out 9 times, so I mean, I think they're continuing. Is it the lone away slider still, Brian?
It's everything, but also, I was talking about this on Twitter this morning. It's just like, I feel like too, sometimes the idea is, we want to work the count, be patient, but then sometimes the first pitch is the best pitch. It's a fastball right down the middle and they're not swinging at it. So it's like, I would just hunt fastballs. I mean, that's how you get out of a slump. You're not going to hit off-speed pitches well unless you're really dialed in. So I feel like, that's the answer. And I feel like I've asked you about this, Tony, but with Rizzo, what is it just that he's over aggressive? Because I just feel like he looks so good, but then he's striking out at a fastball in the dirt or an off speed.
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of funny. I think from what you see from Rizzo, is honestly what the rest of the lineup doesn't do. I feel like sometimes, like especially the bottom half or when people are struggling, a lot of players don't really attack the game as much at the plate. Like you said, they just kind of sitting on pitches, trying to guess. Looking to work pitch counts as opposed to attacking pitches. Anthony Rizzo, it seems like he does the opposite, where he just attacks every pitch that comes at him, which again typically works out well for him. But I mean, that's why you see him swinging at pitches in the dirt. So I think maybe a little bit more patience from Rizzo. But again, I mean I think he could use some help, like from management here and from the rest of the lineup. I mean, I would imagine Rizzo feels pressure to attack the game and get hits. So, I mean, you want to teach him, tell him to be more patient. I mean, let's get other guys in the lineup that can, consistently hit well and get on base. So Rizzo doesn't feel like, well, I have to get a hit here. Volpe's on base. Like, what's going to happen after this? Like, sort of deal. So, again, I think it kind of starts with just making those minor movements in the lineup, getting some guys, some new looks, and then hopefully get, stringing along some good hits, getting some momentum on your side. I mean, we see what the Yankees could do when their lineup is on top of the ball here. So it's definitely possible. But what do you think, honestly, about Joe Ryan? You think it's going to be a big fantasy pickup for you this season?
Yeah, no, he was picked earlier in drafts, but you could tell, he's a good pitcher, but it's just one of those things, Tony, good pitcher or not, we got to put across a couple of runs. We can't be scared. We can't have Aaron Hicks in the lineup. You know what I mean? So I feel like at this juncture, there's no excuse. Yes, we face good pitchers, but you still can find ways to hit them. Really good pitchers still give up a lot of runs. And one thing, too, that I forgot to mention, did you see Hicks on that fly ball last night or no?
No.
So if you look it up, there was like, it ended up being a double, but it was like a high fly ball left center. He literally walks towards it and it just drops over his shoulder. Like doesn't make them. And if he just hustled, he would have easily caught it like standing there at the wall.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find this video here.
It was literally the epitome of why everybody gets so mad at Aaron Hicks.
Dude, it's got to be. Oh gosh. It's not even popping up, dude. Hicks last night. Pop the ball. Yeah, it's so weird. The first thing that pops up is from like September 9th.
Huh.
1 month ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll pop up. And it's all over Twitter. I definitely like the video, so you could probably find it there.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, obviously it's just not a good feel right now. And all it is you got to just, you've lost 4 out of 5 games. You got to just find a way to win. Herman's on the hill today, day game after night game. But I don't care. I don't want to see one guy benched here. Gleyber Torres didn't play last night. I understand he's been in a slump since that hot start. But it's like it's April. You're already back 7 games in the division. You need to win every game possible. So I really don't want to see Willie Calhoun starting at DH today. I just think that's unacceptable. And then watch out for this name too. Jake Bowers leads the International League with 9 home runs. He's a journeyman. He's playing at Scranton. It's like you got to just give him a try at this point. I mean, you have not. I know he doesn't have a good track record, but he's on fire in AAA. Swap him out with Franchi. I mean, it's time to do something here.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, dude. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a good time for a bounce back game, honestly, for the Yankees. We have a few comments here, Brian, that I think you'll appreciate. Matthew Gabriel comes in early and often, as he typically does, with the Yankees suck. And then Brian Barnaby himself comments 10-0 Yankees this afternoon. Don't even try me, Prefer. Speaking of which, Prefer says, hey, Barnes. And he says, come back, Barnes. The show is missing their co-host.
I'm back, Prefer. I'm back.
Wow. I think you will dig at Brian there with the co-host. Renee loves it. She says, let's go. And then Mrs. Barnaby says, good morning, everyone. Nice to see you back on the show, Brian. Another disappointing Yankee game last night, saying she had to change the channel.
Wow.
I hope she didn't change it
to you.
over to the Mets.
Good morning, Mom. No, she definitely didn't turn on the Mets. I can tell you that much. But
maybe a movie, Barnes.
She's not a real baseball fan.
No, you know what she's big on? Everybody Loves Raymond. She could watch it over 20 times. It's a good show. Me and my sister kind of were the ones that started that tradition, honestly, in the Barnaby household.
I love the Barnaby household.
And you know how the Barnabys feel about traditions.
Oh yeah. they stick to them, unlike the Gabriel Matthew.
Dude, they're a family with no tradition.
No, they have it every Sunday.
A couple of things here. So first, I want the honest truth out of both of you. Does this turn around today? 110. Herman versus Maeda. Yankees go to Texas tomorrow. Do they score 5 runs and win the game when it comes down to it?
I see a 3-run blast from Judge, and he says, Brian, we're doing it.
Today's his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Aaron Judge. 31 years old.
There you go.
I was about older than that.
Yeah, we're gonna. And then what do you think, Tony? Did they get it done today?
Oh man, I mean, who's pitching? Maeda,
yeah, he's kind of nursing an injury as well, so there's a chance there that they can knock him out early.
I think it's a hitter's duel, and I think by that sense, I feel like the Yankees can get out of that slump of their hitting. They have more power than the Twins lineup does. So, give me the Yankees here. I know you mentioned 10 runs. I'm going to go with the conservative 7-5.
7-5. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stick with the 10-0. And I'm excited to watch the game this afternoon. One thing that I want to mention on my way out. This is beautiful to see Brian from Baltimore.
Wow. He says, I love this.
One thing I'm going to mention, I'm going to listen for you and Michael's picks later, but Vivint Mexico Open begins tomorrow. Overwhelming favorite, John Rahm, is going to breeze by the field.
Wow.
10-stroke victory. So just keep an eye out for that. We'll give a leaderboard update tomorrow. I'll listen for you guys' picks, and obviously I'll be back with the two of yous tomorrow.
The two of yous. Well, Mike will probably not show up.
Yeah, he'll be there.
I'm on assignment when needed.
Yeah.
He'll be there. You'll be there though.
I'll be here. I'll be in studio. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday.
You're there.
Yes. No, I'm here. I miss Brian.
But keep crushing it. Rest of the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Brian. Thanks for calling in.
Bye, dude.
And that's the great Brian Barnaby, folks. Enough Yankees for now, though. Let's talk some Mets. I'm going to pass it over to my wonderful teammate.
Wow, wonderful teammate.
Wow, you're welcome, folks, and Renee.
Yeah, I hope Renee's still watching. She's probably not, though. All right, so Mets lost last night to the Washington Nationals. I think they're going to be on, obviously 3-game homestand here against the Nationals. Not exactly you want to start off not scoring at all against the Nationals, a team that's absolute dog shit. They end up losing this game 5-0, and I'm going to walk you through some of the scoring here right now, dude.
Don't take too long.
What do you mean? Yeah, I know. We're tight today.
Yeah.
So anyway, scoring starts off second inning. Ruiz homers to center field, 414 feet, towering home run. I don't know if I mentioned, but you got Butteau on the mound. Jose Butteau, very youthful pitcher from the Mets organization here. Third inning, you get Meneses singling to center. Garcia and Candelario score, right? So kind of small ball here by the Nats. 6th inning, Garcia doubles to center. Cal and Robles both score, and then Meneses again singles to center. Garcia scores yet again there in the 6th. That's all the scoring for the Nationals there. No scoring for the Mets. You had, like I mentioned, 5-0 here. Buteau not with a great start. Didn't last long. His final line, I think it was 4 2/3 actually. Gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 walks in those 4 2/3 innings. Got 1 strikeout, gave up that 1 dinger early on in the 2nd. And then you have Yacobonis comes in. He pitches 2 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, 6 hits, no walks, gets 3 Ks. Hunter comes in for an inning and a third, gives up 1 hit, 1 K. Ottavino closes it out, in the 9th. Not giving up any hits or anything. But I mean, again, you looked at what the problem was with the Yankees, their lack of offense. Obviously, Mets not scoring anything. Total lack of offense here. Got only 5 hits as a team. Had runners in scoring position, I believe, only 3 times, in which case there were 1 for 3 yet with runners in scoring position. They struck out, I think, 13 times, as a team. Starting with Nimmo, he's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Starring Marte, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Pete Alonso, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Jeff McNeil, 0 for 4 last night. Brett Beatty, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. I think he had a nice single though, but still, what the fuck is that? Guillorme, 0 for 3, 2 Ks. Alvarez, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. So I mean, obviously, you have a big issue there. Josiah Gray, I guess, had a good outing. I mean, you see some of his numbers. I think he has a sub-3 ERA. You'll get some of his last few outings. Against Baltimore, 5 innings, 1 earned run. Colorado, 6 innings, 1 earned run. But then, look, I mean, against a good lineup like Atlanta, 5 innings, 5 earned runs. So, I mean, it's not like he's pitching crazy stuff all season. I mean, to come in here, 6 innings, no earned runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. I mean, I guess good for him for the control with 1 walk, but I mean, the Mets batters have to do a better job in just staying at the plate, staying alive, working counts, attacking this pitcher. I mean, it's not like he's throwing stuff that you can't see that's just unhittable. You have to be able to adjust to his pitches and get something going. I mean, how do you go 0 for 4, 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts? Like, this guy is not good. It's the Nationals. Not to mention, you gave up 11 hits as a team. The pitchers did, between Yacobonis and Buteau. And it just sucks because, this is obviously, the Mets had a great road trip. They come home. You expect against a team like the Nationals, get the broom out for the sweep, but it sucks because of the fucking stupid injuries we have in our starting pitchers. Fucking Scherzer suspended. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that we have no pitchers to start, against this Nationals team. And I really have no confidence in any of our starters. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you look at today's slate. 7-10 game, obviously Stowe City Field here. The pitching matchup is Kadai Senga, against Mackenzie Gore, who has had, I guess, some bright-ish spots. Again, against Colorado, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Atlanta, 5 1/3 with 1 earned run, right? So he kind of limited some damage there. And Kadai, you see sometimes where he is hittable. And, you're looking at someone like Buteau, who gave up, 6 hits, whatever it was. I mean, it's nice to see that we have some more bullpen guys. You can use Robertson. You can use Drew Smith. You can use Brigham. But, I mean, you really want to see Senga, who hasn't showed you yet this season that he can give you some length. I want to see 6-7 innings out of him tonight. Dominant 9 Ks. Not giving up maybe 2-3 hits, no walks, like just total domination of this shitty Washington Nationals lineup. And I think that's exactly where it starts. You can't be second inning giving up a dinger and getting everyone all nervous and shit. You have to literally first inning, Kadai Senga, 3 up, 3 down, striking everyone out. Great inning, dude. And then keep the momentum going. It starts with the starting pitcher. I mean, it's as simple as that. Especially when you're out there first as a pitcher. You have to really assert some dominance on defense, get the fucking team going, rally up this lineup, and let's string along some good hits, and let's hit the long ball. Huh, Michael?
Yes.
What do you think, Mets tonight?
I wish.
Don't be a bitch. Brian Barbie says the Nationals. Oh, wow, he's still here. Look at him. He's too scared to show his face, though. You're better than that, Tony. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's the worst loss for the Yankees because, like I was saying, I mean, the Mets quite literally do not have a starting pitcher right now. So, for the Yankees to go out there with your, second starter, Nestor, the stash, to be beat by a different stash, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Anything else
That's it.
on the Mets?
Brett Beatty looked good. Alvarez looked good. So I'm excited that Alvarez is getting more starts, getting more looks. Brian says Mets ineptitude has nothing to do with the Yankees. It does when you're talking about it, Brian. Now that's it.
Very beautiful.
You like that, dude? Get a little anger in there. Get Brian riled, dude. Get Michael riled on the phone.
No, I'm not
what are you
riled.
doing over there?
I'm busy, man. I'm wearing a
Be
lot of
where
hats
you're.
right now.
Be present, dude. Be present with us here at the sports
I
court.
am, but I don't have anything to say about the Mets. Okay, they're gonna lose because they don't have pitching. Bang.
Well, you're the host. Then toss it to NBA if you want.
I was waiting for you to finish.
I said I was done.
Finally.
The Bulls. LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
Oh my God.
You took me. I'm supposed to tell you when to do that.
All right. So Brian Barnaby says Lakers by 30 tonight. He says.
Yeah, probably. But
Actually?
no one cares. Yeah, but no one cares
He
about.
says
the
LeBron
Lakers.
40, 20, 10.
Nobody cares.
So 10 rebounds, 40 points, 20 assists,
Let me see.
10 rebounds, but 10 blocks, 20 assists, 10 blocks.
Just hold on a sec, okay? Last night, more important things happened in the freaking Lakers.
What do you want? Timberwolves first?
No, I'm going to talk about this. There was a game where Trae Young, I think, owns the Northeast because I think Atlanta's going to come back and win in Atlanta and then defeat Boston in their bootleg TD Garden. Trae Young, game winner. We don't like Trae Young, but I like him over Boston.
Really?
Did you not hear Brian earlier?
Earlier today?
Just what did Brian say? Brian, if you would so nicely message what you said earlier about the choosing Boston or whoever,
Oh, yeah, but you're not like, what does that have to do with you?
Knicks, Boston, New York, Boston. So great game. The 2 seed goes down just like the night before the 1 seed goes down. Really happy for Boston losing. So Minnesota, the A seed up against Denver, Anthony Edwards, a 40-point game, misses a 3-pointer. They lose 112-109. Phoenix wins by 6 without Paul George and Kawhi. Russell Westbrook, amazing in this series. Good for him. He said as soon as he got traded, his mental health cleared up.
Really?
Well, I mean, when you're with demonic LeBron, I'm sure it's tough to be around. I'm like Kermit the Frog. There's games tonight. The Knicks are going to close out the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1. RJ Barrett silencing all the haters. Last game and the series when it matters most. Really happy for him, especially because it's going up against Donovan. Everybody wanted Donovan.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
That's
sucks.
crazy.
He doesn't suck, but he's not. The Knicks are just, poised. Josh Hart, baby.
Yeah. Shout out Mr. Rudolph.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
Mr.
hyped.
Rudolph.
He's so hyped.
Yeah, we were walking yesterday and Dr. Dan Rudolph, shout out Dan the Man Rudolph,
Literally, we're talking about him.
talking about
And he
him.
just shows up with a Mercedes.
Yeah, and he's like, let's go Knicks.
Yeah.
Let's go Knicks. And he's just chanting, and he's just like, he really believes they have a shot to win it all.
Best backcourt in the league, he said.
Best backcourt in the league. Did you hear that, Brian?
That's crazy.
It's not the Lakers. I'll tell you that. You know what's crazy? LeBron's going to be the oldest player in the league next year, which is sad because,
Really?
there used to be like 44-year-old players in the league and stuff, but now there's not.
Matthew Gabriel says Dr. Rudy is pumped.
Yeah, he was.
And Brian says, any excitement for the Knicks, Michael? Question mark.
Yeah,
No. But he says, like real excitement.
I have excitement, but I need them to get past the second round, and then we'll get excited.
Matthew says, Lakers, Knicks, finals.
I said that
Knicks
already.
beat LeBron and co.
That'd be
How
awesome.
ya? NBA stinks.
It does,
dude.
It really does. It's sad, except
Right.
It is playoffs, so it's
crazy
decent.
that like Matt only follows like football and baseball now,
And doesn't listen to Drake.
Yeah. And doesn't watch Rangers games with his friends.
When he said he's going to be there.
When he says he's going to be there.
Well,
I'm just kidding, Matt.
Yes.
Okay,
don't go to the Osprey nest.
Brian says Yankees over Dodgers in 5. Like, what is he talking about, dude?
Oh my god!
I think maybe Brian's been hitting the bar cart on the Amtrak a little too early, dude.
Yeah, he's just reminiscing.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it's so funny.
Lakers, Memphis. Obviously, the Lakers are going to close this out. Dylan Brooks. I mean, he's the worst player in the world. Then the big game, Miami. They're going to close this out. Poor Giannis. Sorry, Barnes.
Really?
Yeah, they're down 3-1. Jimmy, Adebayo, taking it down. And the next,
Jimmy G, man.
Golden State, Sacramento, Queens. Sacramento, Queens, as Shaq would say. Wow. They messed up. They had the lead. They had the series. And they let the, veteran dog come alive. And now Darian Fox's wrist is hurt. It's going to affect him. He's going to play, but they're going to lose. Golden State's going to take it, and they're going to win this 4-2. I'm telling you, we do not want to see Golden State win another championship. That's crazy. What'd Brian say?
Brian says, plant tour first. See you guys mañana. That's funny. The tour. They're going to the plant.
No, I love it. When he says plant, I'm thinking like
a plant.
Yeah.
Brian's been really getting into like
growing
plants and growing. So he's on a plant tour.
Yeah, so that's basically it for the NBA. It was just a quick stop and shop. Let's go to the world of the National.
Here's Matthews. Scores! Hat-trick goal!
My goodness, this is a great shot. Big hit on the far side by McCarr. He flattens Jordan's skull. Oh my goodness.
Gets the shot right back. Terrified and robbed by Shesterkin. That's brilliant from Igor Shesterkin. It's a breakaway to win it in overtime. McDavid scores the winner in overtime.
All right. NHL, finally a real sport to talk about. Real exciting playoffs with real men who play a real sport. Can I say that again? Yes, I can, but I won't right now because we're moving along here. A lot of games to go over last night. That's right. Count them. 1, 2, 3 games. Very exciting games. All these series on your Tuesday night series, all now are at 3-2, which makes for pretty exciting hockey. We'll start with the Wild Stars series here. Stars blank the Wild 4-0. Oettinger with a shutout. I want to say one of the first shutouts, honestly, of this playoff. Because I mean, I don't think I recall one necessarily. But again, you look at the scoring of this game. I mean, obviously, all Dallas, all right away. Tyler Seguin scores his 4th of the postseason, his 4th goal here, just 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the first period on a power play. Jason Robertson follows that about 8 minutes later on the power play. And then second period, just 1 minute in, you have Marchment with a goal, and then third period towards the end, empty netter. Dellandrea with the goal there for Dallas. Obviously, special teams playing a huge factor there for the Stars. They were 2 for 6 on the power play, 6 power play opportunities. What is Minnesota doing? I don't know if they're tired legs or what, but all series they were keeping up with them. They were 0 for 3 on the power play. They do play a very physical game, out hitting the Stars 34-17. So maybe that's kind of where maybe some of the tired, some of the fatigue comes from playing that physical game. But you got to tip your hat to Oettinger. 26 saves last night on 27 saves and 27 shot attempts there. So great job by Onger there. Moving on to a little bit more of a game that's closer to us here, especially since we know chokery, because in Carolina, you had the Hurricanes falling to the Islanders 3-2. Hurricanes have to be super careful here not to let a team like the Islanders kind of crawl their way back. They cut down the deficit. They were down 3-1. Carolina looking to advance, looking to beat the Islanders here to put them away, but Islanders with a gritty win here. And again, some of the scoring there for the Islanders and just in general, you have Engvall with the only goal of the first period for the Islanders, assisted by Brock Nelson about 10 minutes in. Second period, you have 3 minutes in a Brock Nelson goal that was so crazy, Mike. Literally, there was a shot, right, from an Islander. I forget who it was. It could have been Engvall. Maybe Palmieri, whatever, but it hits Sebastian Aho in the face, this puck. Like, hits this player in the face. And you see it in the slow-mo. He starts to bleed, but the puck falls. Brock Nelson's right there and just taps it in the net.
Wow.
Could you imagine, like, not only do you, like, as if to add insult to injury, you get a puck to the face and then you get scored on. Oh, dude. But then to answer back there 10 minutes later, Paul Stastny, the vet, with his second goal of the postseason here, keeping it a 2-1 game, a 1-goal deficit, looking like pretty good. Maybe the Canes come back here if they push a little bit. No. Matthew Barzal gets his second of the postseason, coming back from injury for this series, specifically long-term injury, making a difference here for the Islanders, putting them up 3-1, kind of that insurance goal with the defense they've been playing. Carolina, Sebastian Aho scores in the third period to make it interesting, but nothing comes of it after that. So again, got to tip your hat here to the Islanders, to Ilya Sorokin with a .944 save percentage last night, saving 34 of 36 shot attempts. You give him those 2 goals, but absolutely great job, honestly, by the Islanders here to hang in it. Both teams were 0 for 3, 0 for 4, respectively, there on the power play. Both teams playing physical, blocking a lot of shots. Islanders, 22 blocked shots. Again, you're seeing a team that has had their back against the wall for the whole second half of their season. So they're used to feeling like this, like they're about to be eliminated. And that team comes up big, really, just as a group, as they have been in the second half of the season, to kind of prove themselves and keep themselves alive for this season, which you'll have to see that in the third and final game. To my sadness here, the Kings fall to the Oilers 6-3. Edmonton, as I mentioned, now lead the series 3-2. It was just, kind of tough again. Take you through the scoring. A little bit of back and forth in the first period. But again, Evander Kane, who's been actually playing really well for the Oilers, gets the first goal of the game on the power play, assisted by Nurse and Ekholm. And then 2 minutes later, you have Draisaitl getting his 6th of the postseason. McDavid gets his 5th assist. Ekholm gets his 3rd assist there. So Ekholm all over the ice. But then you have Lafalo kind of evening out the playing field a little bit for the Kings, making it 2-1. But then again, a minute later, Kulak with his first of the postseason, assisted by McLeod and Fogle, kind of, again, keeping it a 2-goal game here. But then you got Adrian Kemp with his 4th of the postseason for him. Again, now bringing it back to a 1-goal lead. Is 3-2 going into the second period. Unfortunately, second period, the Kings were a little silent offensively. You had 2 goals, by the Oilers here. One on the power play, one on 5-on-5. And then third period, you have, I forget how to pronounce this guy's name. I think it's Bjukstad, something like that. Gets his 2nd of the game, Byfield for the Kings, tries to make it interesting with a goal, but, Oilers end up winning 6-3. Again, I think it's just, one of those days, I suppose. Korpisalo, I suppose, didn't look great. Only faced, 19 shots. They actually had Copley in there first for the first period, giving up 2 goals on 8 shot attempts. They pull him early. Korpisalo gets put in there. So a little bit of a tough goalie kind of scenario there for the Kings. They kind of lucked out with Korpisalo and Copley, in my opinion, this season. Seems like maybe that luck is starting to dwindle out and the goalie situation is catching up to the Kings a little bit here. But they have to do a better job in playing defense. They have to shut the Edmonton Oilers down. If they give them any momentum, it looks like the Oilers are just skating downhill the entire game. And it's just they play their game. And Edmonton is a really hard team to defend, when their passes just are on fucking frozen ropes, my guy. And you just look at some of the team stats there. Again, it wasn't anything crazy. Edmonton only 27 shots on goal. LA actually outshot them with 28 shots. The hits were almost even. Faceoffs won. Edmonton won 55% of their faceoffs. 2 for 3 on the power play. You cannot give the Oilers any opportunities on the power play because it's just too easy for them. Okay, with Draisaitl, with Fogle, with Hopkins. Obviously with McDavid too, but there's one defenseman. Oh, Bouchard. Bouchard's been absolutely killing it. He had an assist last night. 4 hits, 1 steal, a few block shots too. I mean, he's just been absolutely great as a defenseman. Great too, covering the blue line on power plays. You can't give them that much opportunities, dude. So you got to be more disciplined if you're the Kings. And you just, like I said, you got to be disciplined. You got to be quick. You can't make any mistakes on defense because they'll take advantage of you, like Michael to a drunk lady at the bar.
I'm
kidding.
Gosh.
I'm kidding. It was just a joke. Letting up the mood here. It's a bit stiff here in the studio today.
It's not stiff. It's just not the best day of sports. Not the best day
You're
of
gonna
sports.
make it good, baby.
No,
Yeah.
no, not if teams lose.
It doesn't matter. Do you still make it bright side? Always tomorrow. Always next season. Always next game.
Next season, Brian
Yeah,
would
baby.
kill you.
Yeah, dude.
He'd
Brian doesn't
kill
know.
you.
Brian doesn't get it, dude.
He does. He
Brian's-
wants to win now.
Brian's touring plants right now.
Touring plants. What do you think about
Yeah,
that? Like
dude.
plants and touring?
Honestly, I would imagine that it's actually a pretty productive business trip over there.
Yeah, obviously with Leon
Draisaitl.
Barnaby.
yeah, no, I totally agree. But all right, dude, that's you want to go games tonight? We'll go games tonight. 2 games tonight. Rangers are off. They play tomorrow. Doesn't really matter. No one's gonna show up at my place anyway to watch it with me.
You said
But
we can't.
no, yeah, tomorrow's off. I'm off.
Said no,
out of the docket, dude. Off the docket. Off the island, into the water. Gone. Sailed. Ship is gone. Sailed away. Goodbye. Sayonara. All right, so you have Panthers Bruins tonight. Bruins up 3-1, trying to put this series away here in advance, get a little break here to be the first team to get past the first round. I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, you look at these games. The Panthers have been giving the Bruins a really tough time physically. Which is still kind of funny because the Bruins still just score anyway. And it's so ridiculous watching the Bruins because they talk so much shit. They're probably one of the only teams I've ever seen in any sport talk so much shit and then back it up with scoring a goal in your fucking face immediately. And it's actually really impressive. So, but the Panthers have been doing a great job to try and get to the Bruins. Unfortunately, I mean, the Bruins, they just stay poised and they hit you where it hurts, which is on the fucking scoreboard, buddy. So I say Bruins put this one away tonight. Avalanche having some trouble with the Kraken. Series is tied up 2-2 tonight. 9:30 puck drop here on ESPN. Colorado's minus 190. They're back at home here. I think this one could really go either way, but my heart tells me that Nathan McKinnon is one of the greatest athletes in the entire world right now for the Avalanche. Give me Nathan McKinnon, 2 goals, 1 assist, leading the Avalanche to a victory here, 3-2, Michael. And that is your NHL report from Tony in the corner.
Wow, that is amazing. Good job.
Donna says the plant tour shows products used and how this company runs their operation. Wow, Donna with the inside scoop.
That's pretty sick.
That'd be pretty, dude. We honestly I think when Brian comes back, we can have
We'll ask some questions.
Yeah, we ask some questions. Maybe bring on Mr. and Mrs. Barnaby for some more in-depth talk.
Yeah, Brian doesn't like to go in depth about work.
No, he likes to keep it to the sports, as we all know. Very professional man. As I'm sure. What am I talking about? I'm sure Brian talks sports all the time at LA Barnaby.
He'll be something will remind him of the Yankees.
Yeah.
basically.
Well, that shingle falling reminded me of the home run that Judge hit last night.
Yes. The trajectory.
But yeah, dude, it is a very interesting business in my opinion. I think it's pretty cool what Brian does. So maybe we should ask him more about it. Maybe we have Brian on The Dream is Free.
That'd be great. Or Leon.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Any more sports? PGA. What's going on in the PGA world? Let's go cover that real quick.
You want to cover PGA Tour real quick? Tomorrow starts
I want my pick right now. I'm gonna
Mexico Open. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and do some quick research.
Course
right now.
Vedanta Vallarta.
By the way, ESPN does a
the purse is
job.
7,700,000. Beautiful.
Yeah, 7.7 million, dude. You're looking at most of the tee times tomorrow will be 7:45 a.m. for the first tee times.
Yeah.
I know we have to cover tomorrow morning, buddy, because there's still no Brian tomorrow morning. But
And then the last round. Okay.
So I know John Rahm is the favorite. Gary Woodland, I feel like, is always a good guy for me, dude. From Topeka, Kansas. It's hot in Topeka. But just looking at the slate,
A lot of
here,
Americans.
It's all about America, baby.
Too many.
Jimmy Walker, I think, is someone that Matthew would like to say. Lee Hodges. Honestly, if I'm gonna pick one, David Lipsky, Ricky Barnes, Satoshi Kodaira. It's a lava lamp. Renee doesn't like lava lamps.
I don't know. She was confused. Even though I sent her a photo.
You ever had one?
Yeah, look at your photos.
I wasn't allowed to have one.
They are like a really crazy fire hazard. But that one isn't like, that's not really, it's like a glitter lamp. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna say give me Michael Kim here for my boy Michael. I'm choosing for my best friend Michael, who's hosting the show right now. He is playing for America, but he's originally from South Korea, 29 years old. He's a righty. He's ranked 116th on tour so far. So I think a little bit of a sleeper here. Think of his money list. He's made a little bit over 500K, a little bit under 600K this season. But I just feel like he's got a nice smooth stroke for a right-hander. And I think in Mexico, given the weather, he's going to take advantage of his opportunities here. And he's thirsty for the cash.
Okay, so now my pick is Tony, in honor of Tony Finau. He's 16th in the world. And he's going to do it.
Love it, dude.
Brian, you hear me?
I think Brian's out.
Tony's
here.
Fam.
Tony Fan.
Finau.
Tony Fan. Let's go,
golfing.
baby.
He's a pro golfer now. Tony
That's
Finau.
funny as hell.
All right, and that's it, I think, for the sports world, right? Do we have anything else?
No. I don't think so. Any boxing?
No, that's
UFC?
it. No, man.
Is there a UFC fight this weekend?
UFC and WWE have combined forces, you know that?
Well, Dana White bought them, right? No. The WWE bought UFC? No,
yeah,
what
I
happened?
think WWE
Bought
purchased
UFC?
I don't know. You got to look into it.
I mean, WWE sucks, dude.
You think so?
I mean, it is impressive, the show they put on and how choreographed it is. I mean, I got to give them that.
Yeah, dude, I love it. Not now, but back then.
Back then, it was something special, dude.
Something special.
Just like you.
Back then.
I'm saying just like you now.
No, back then.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm really happy for everyone tuning in. If you are into Web3, tune into Craig Crypto Corner. The best in blockchain Web3.
Maybe give Craig O a shot at 1 o'clock.
There you go.
It was at noon today, though. 1 o'clock was just a one-off thing last week.
He's at noon today. So yeah.
Haha, Tony, come on.
That's great. Yeah. What more can we say? We thank you. We love you. Make sure that you go check out Mighty Morphin Power Plumbers. It came out just 7 days ago. So it's a beautiful thing. It's at 20,000 views. Let's get it to 50, then 100.
Let's get it to 55.
Then get it to 1 million.
And then 110.
Then 1 million.
And then 220.
Let us know what you think in the comments too. When you watch it, leave a comment. And merch, www.downtimetv.com. You can get a duffel bag. Indigo, I think the duffel bag has delivered.
Actually, it's
I
been
think so.
delivered?
I think so.
Indigo, if you're watching, which, first of all, I'm sorry where you've been. I don't know. I'm a little worried about you. But send us a photo of the duffel bag. Like, I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, what is she doing with the duffel bag? Oh, no.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you.
I'll see you at the stadium today, brother.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.